welcome to Masterminds. Today we are dealing with the second chapter from class 6 geography, globe, latitudes and longitudes. So first we can study about globe. Here you can see a picture of globe. Actually we can say that globe is a miniature form of earth and it has axis. Axis is an imaginary line that passes through the North Pole and South Pole. Or we can say that it is a needle fixed through the globe in a tilted manner. You can see from this picture, this is North Pole and this is South Pole. And the axis passes through the North Pole and the South Pole. And this is an imaginary line and it is fixed through the globe in the tilted manner and it is running through the North Pole and the South Pole. And the globe can be moved around this needle from west to east. Actually the earth rotates from west to east, so the globe can also be moved around this needle from west to east in the same way as the earth rotates. Next imaginary line is the equator. Equator is an imaginary line that divides the globe into two equal parts. Axis is an imaginary line that runs through the north and south pole of the earth and it is in a tilted manner. But equator is an imaginary line that divides the globe into two equal parts. Next we can look at what is northern hemisphere and what is southern hemisphere. You can see here a picture. Consider it as a globe and consider this line that divides this globe into two equal halves as equator. So the northern half of the earth, this northern half of the earth or the area above the equator is considered as northern hemisphere, and the southern half of the earth, this area or the area below the equator is considered as southern half of the earth. So northern half is known as northern hemisphere and the southern half is known as southern hemisphere. Next, let me erase it. Okay. Next is the parallels of latitudes. And all parallel circles from equator up to poles are known as parallels of latitudes. Here you can see this line. These are parallels of latitudes. All these are parallels of latitudes. These are parallel circles which moves from equator up to poles, and these are measured in degrees, and the size of the parallel decreases away from the equator. You can see here the size of this, consider it as equator which divides the globe into two equal halves. In this equator region, the size of the parallel is greater considering the size of the parallel at the poles. On moving from equator to poles, the size of the latitude decreases. You can see here the length of the latitude decreases when moving from equator to poles in both the hemisphere. Okay, next we can look what is equator or where is North Pole is present, where is South Pole is present, and there how it can be measured in degrees and all. You can see from the next slide. Here you can see North Pole is present in 90 degree north, South Pole is present in 90 degree south, then equator is present in 0 degree latitude. Okay, then now we can study about important parallels of latitudes. First one is Tropic of Cancer, then Tropic of Capricorn, then Arctic Circle and Antarctic Circle. You can see here Tropic of Cancer is present in 23.5 degree north. This is the Tropic of Cancer, and the Tropic of Capricorn is present in 23.5 degree south. Then Arctic Circle is present in 66.5 degree north, and Antarctic Circle is present in 66.5 degree south. North Pole is present in 90 degree north, and South Pole is present in 90 degree south. Actually, this figure is just a rough figure. I have just drawn to make you understand. You can see a better picture in your NCERT textbook. Okay. Next, we can look at heat zones of the earth. On the basis of the areas in between the various latitudes, there are different heat zones of the earth. First one is torrid zone. Torrid zone means it is the latitudes in between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Here you can see the area in between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is up to here. This whole region, 23.5 degree north to 23.5 degree south, this whole region is known as torrid zone. Here, in order to avoid confusion, I have written only the areas in the northern hemisphere. All the zones in the northern hemisphere are also present in the southern hemisphere also. So, the torrid zone is present in between 23.5 degree north and 23.5 degree south, or in between the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Here, the midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year and receives maximum heat. Here you can see the sun rays directly here from here. The sun rays directly fall on these areas without slanting. So, these areas receives maximum heat, and the midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year. Okay. Sorry. Next, we can look at temperate zone. Temperate zone is the area bounded by the Tropic of Cancer and Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere. Here you can see here I have marked temperate zone in the northern hemisphere. In the same way, there will be a temperate zone in the southern hemisphere also. Here you can see from the Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle. This region is called a temperate zone. In the same way, here you can see this region. Area bounded this region is called a temperate region. But in this region, the sun rays does not reach directly, and this area receives less heat than a torrid zone. So here there is only moderate temperature. The midday sun never shines overhead, and there receives only lesser rays falling from the sun, and there will be moderate temperature. Next area is frigid zone. Frigid zone is the areas lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere, and the Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere. You can see here the frigid zone. I have marked frigid zone in the northern hemisphere. You can see the 66.5 degree north to 90 degree north is this area is frigid zone in North Pole, and 66.5 degree south to 90 degrees south in the South Pole is the region where frigid zone present in southern hemisphere. Okay, here this region is very cold because the sun rays are always standing and it provides less heat. Here the sun rays are always slanting. These sun rays are always slanting, and they receives only less heat, so the temperature is very cold. Okay, thank you. These are all about this session. Hope you can understand. If you find it useful, please share with your friends and family. Thanks for watching.